Hi everybody, this is Cindy from VintageToNew, and today I just really want to thank you for being here today. I hope you enjoy this flip through of my little Pixie Memory Keeper. And so without delay, let's get started right away. I wanted to explain how I did this one. I made this with a hand embroidered little dandelion on the front, and it looks like it is sewn onto the journal, but it's not. I used a piece of vintage linen is actually what I had, and I put just a little bit of Pellon on the back, a little bit of stabilizer to give it just a little more body, and I hand embroidered this dandelion with the little pieces floating away, and then I took it to my sewing machine and did this zigzagging to make it look like it's sewn on my book. I also added 3 buttons. Then I came over and I glued it using Fabri-Tac glue, because it's fabric to fabric, and I placed it here on the front of the journal. And then I used my stamps and a piece of heavy craft cardstock and stamped this, cut it out, made little marks on it to look like it's stitched, and glued that here on the front also. So this is much easier to do as a separate piece than to try to embroidery it while it's on the front of your cover, plus it keeps the inside of it completely fresh. Okay, so that's how that was done. Then I used a piece of twill tape and I sewed it around the part that was going to be the cover. Now I did all of this sewing before I made it into my book, and then I just did a really simple embroidery stitch around with some French knots to give it just a little bit of design. So that's how that was put together. I did the inside with the fold over extension because I made this for a friend, and I think that she'll want to just be able to toss this into her purse as she goes about doing her daily stuff, and this way her inserts are nice and protected. I only put in 2 inserts. There's room for 4 because we have 4 elastics, but I only put in 2, and I put a pen here in the middle. And as she fills her booklets up, and they each have a cute little charm on them, she can just pull these out and replace them with new ones. So that's always fun. Nothing is permanent. And then inside the inserts, I used a variety of different kinds of papers. This one has a graph paper design on it. There's little dots. There's lines. I put in vintage hymnal pages, which are just so inspiring and so beautiful, and I'm sure she will have each of these songs travel through her mind as she goes through her journal each day. And then the other thing I did is I put in this is out of a book that I had that had vintage cottage design in it. So this beautiful looks like a beach house, and then this beautiful bedroom with the book open. So just a little inspiration and something pretty, and I added some pockets. So I guess my story is you can add anything you want to the inside of these signatures and make them beautiful. And both signatures are pretty much the same. This one, I loved this peaceful room here. And then on the other side, it's a good idea. So I really liked that. So this is what my little Pixie Memory Keeper looks like, all dressed up and ready to go. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And until next time, this was Cindy from VintageToNew.